Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's the day after the snowstorm. We got all the plowing done. So we're going to work on the pedestal today. Now this pedestal, I believe, is off a 504 maybe. He said it wasn't off of a C or a Super C, but they are identical. Everything except for the style of the rivets. And the felts are IHS 1170. This is through Steiner. And these seals, those are IHS 3877, and pretty good looking. They, I always wonder about the replacement parts, what quality they'll be. Man, that's a rugged wrapper. And, man, that's got some good tension on it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. We'll drive right on there. And these are made to keep the dirt out. So they run that direction. And then as the wheel goes over, got to pay attention where my camera's going here. Yeah. And of course the felts go in behind them. And like always, we'll wet that felt up. I'm going to do that here in a little bucket of oil. And I'll bring you back here in a little bit when we're ready to start going the other direction. There, we're going to pack these bearings here. The felts are still soaking up oil. We'll leave them in till the last minute. They've been in there for quite a while. But I see a lot of people, they just wipe grease around them. You've got to drive it up in through the back side of these bearings. And the only way to do that is just go like so in your hand. And you'll see that coming up through. As soon as you see it, there's no sense going any further because you're there. And you just step right along. Every time you go, it'll bring a little more in there. You can wipe grease on a bearing, but all you've done is wipe grease on a bearing. If somebody says pack that bearing, they want it packed on the inside. And don't ask me what type of grease this is. This is an old can. I don't even know what it is. I'll show it to you in a minute. It's old enough you can't read the writing on it. And, sometimes an old tractor is a good place to get rid of this stuff that you're really not sure about what you really got. Yeah, then he's ready to go in. So we'll just set it down here on the paper and do the next one. These little ones, as long as they fit over your finger, they're pretty easy to do. Gonna have just about enough to do 2 bearings there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That bearing is ready to go in. I have to do 1 spindle. I'm going to shut you off. Probably use a knuckle or something to shut you off with. I'm going to do the other 2 off camera, and I'll be back. You probably can't see that, but it says Castrol on it. So that's who made that. It's WB wheel bearing grease. Other than that, I can't tell you much about it. I've had that for years. I think I bought it in West Virginia. So we're talking 1992 probably, somewhere in that vicinity. Anyway, I got the felts on. And they're kind of dripping, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much oil in them than not enough. So next we'll drive the rubber seals on. They're not leather like the original ones, but I think they're going to be all right. Well, I went over in my junk and I found this old Scully. I don't think it'll even hurt it. We'll see how hard this drives on. Let's see, it doesn't need to go. Let's see, we are just about there. We're going to drive that top just a little more right there. I guess it's there. Yeah. So. Wow. Can't see it, but I can feel it. Real fine piece of steel. We'll have to go up in the magnifier to get that one out, I'd say. Well, guys, it's been quite a while. I left here at 11:30. It is 5 o'clock now. Just got done eating supper. But we're back. So this, as we know, will not balance. So we'll put them both on. Just like so. And then we'll start by assembling. Get the washer. On these hubs, there's no reason at all to put grease in the middle of the hubs. I know a lot of people do that on, you know, mobile home, trailer axles and stuff, something that's going to generate a lot of heat. But on a tractor like this at slow speed, you're just wasting the grease because it'll be right there when you go to repack them a year from now. You won't move around because there's not enough heat involved. So, come on. So anyway, this seems to feel good. There's another little thing that a lot of people do is they take these up and they walk them up hard and then they back them off so that they got a little bit of free play. And I don't recommend it. You can walk them up because that'll set the bearings in. But if you back it up and there's any play at all, tighten it back up, because that's what ruined the other spindle, is letting stuff run loose. As you can see, that's pretty close right there. If I tighten up this nut out here, well, it gets pretty loose right now, but I don't know if you can see that. It's locked it up tight and it's pinched right here. So what's happened is I'm mismatching races, you know, bearings, whatnot. And I was hoping I was going to get away with it, but it's quite obvious I'm not. So it's no big deal. I went out, just swallowed my pride kind of, and spent another 100. So now, in 2 or 3 days, probably Monday or Tuesday, we will get some new bearings, new races, and all that good stuff. The only good thing is the kit says that it doesn't come with the seals, so that's kind of a good thing because I already got the seals and there's nothing wrong with the seals. So anyway, yeah, not much got finished on this. I'll take this apart. Yeah, you can feel that's a little grainy where the races aren't perfect. Might as well just do them both. You know, a lot of people would say, geez, you know, that's risky business, you know, using old junk like that. But if it hadn't bound up, it does a couple acres a year. It travels, 3-4 miles an hour. Would have lasted my lifetime. But I can feel the rolls on this one here every time it goes around. Spot right there, spot right there, spot right there. So it definitely, they needed to be replaced, but for $100 I was going to try to get by. Well, I've gone from the front end there. I decided I'd go through this and freshen this up. And there's some holes in it. And that hasn't had oil in it for a long time. I mean, I ran this tractor probably 1 hour out in the field plowing, and then we had it up at the fair for 60 hours, but there was no dust up there. But yeah, I need a new cup. This one here has got some holes in it. And who knows how many years since that's been cleaned. Because my father used it for the last, 30 years, and I'd say that he wasn't keeping up on the maintenance too good. Well, I filled that full of JB Weld. It was right full of holes. So I got about 1/8 of an inch flooded around the bottom. Hopefully that'll take care of it. I'm going to call this video the end of this one. Tomorrow I'm going to tackle the brakes. So, all right, hope everybody's doing good out there. Keep safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.